Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Jenofeve Designs. We've been working on the Wanderlust, Large Wanderlust printable mini album template, and we have gotten to a point where I just can't really show you anything else to actually fit inside of here. And I told you guys a couple videos ago or something that you do not have to put all of these things inside of here, because mine has really turned into kind of like, almost like a workstation, a book to hold everything that I want around me when I'm working in my traveler's notebooks, that kind of thing. So I don't want to add anything else to it. I'm actually thinking about taking things out of it. From time to time, I'm going to do videos where I'm doing some journal with me's in the traveler's notebook. I did one, there was a freebie Friday where I did this one in this traveler's notebook, and then I did finish journaling, and I did end up putting a little calendar there on the printout. So this is a freebie. This is in my Facebook group. I will link that in the description box below. So I want to use it. So I want to keep using it. So I don't want to keep adding things in here. Plus I want to start on the medium. So I think, and I've also moved things around in here. Like I put the dashboard in front here because I actually used it when I did my writing here, because there's a little bit of bumpy from this, so I actually used it behind there. So anyway, so I thought it needed to be a little bit more up front. I put the envelopes, both of the envelopes that I've already got made in here, and I took out what was in this envelope because I really want to use these things. Oops, there we go. Oh, before I go any further, I wanted to tell you guys, so this is the large, right? So the painting that I did was in the large. So the printout, where do I have one close by? Let me see real quick. So this is what the Friday freebie looks like, right? So it's meant to go into the large Wanderlust Traveler's Notebook. It will go into a regular standard Traveler's Notebook as well, to just be a little bit smaller. But I also wanted to tell you guys that this is the medium size, and that if you print this, if you go to your PDF and you print this at 85% and then trim it down just ever so slightly, it'll fit on your medium traveler's notebooks as well. So that's printing it from your PDF. You just tell it to print at 85%, not actual size, 85. So there's all the little pieces for that one when I printed that one out. And then for the small one, if you tell it to print at 83% and then cut it down just ever so slightly around the edges, it'll fit in the small one as well. And this one I did make it like a little tuck pocket. So I thought it might be fun to have a notebook specifically for each one of the months. I thought that would be really cute. So I just wanted to let you know. So if you're wanting to print it in the in the large Wanderlust, you print it at full 100%. Actual size. If you want it in the medium, you print it at 85% and then you cut it down just slightly. And then if you want it in the small, you cut it, or you print it at 83% and you cut it down just slightly. So I did want to tell you guys that before I moved on. So I've moved some stuff around in here just a little bit. Let's see. Maybe not too much. I did move this. This was in the front here. But I moved it here into the back, and I did add some more pictures in here because this is one of the things I want to do a traveler's notebook, like journal with me spread about. So I've got those in there ready to go. I just need to get together the other bits that I have for that event that we went to. And like I said, I changed some things around. Like back here, this was the insert up front, right? So it's got some of the larger tags in it. So I just put this in the back. So I just put this in the very back here. And then these are just some pages from when we made the Junk Journal Traveler's Notebook insert, the ones that we took out. So I just wanted them to be available to me, so when I wanted to add some of that into my journals, it would be right there. So I did add that. And what else did I do? There was some tags and things in this envelope here, and I did add them into this wallet that we made, the ephemera wallet that we made. Yeah, there was some washi tape in there. So I did add that into there. What else did I do? I feel like I did something else, but I don't remember. So, yeah. So maybe, what am I thinking? What are we thinking? I want to do a closure. For sure. So we're going to be doing a closure in this video. This might be our last video working in this. Not working in it, because I'm going to still work in the Traveler's Notebook inserts. And we're still going to be using things in here. But this might be the last video specifically for this large hybrid version. So we can start the medium, which I'm super excited about. So I want to do a closure, and I've got an idea for that. And then I was thinking about, well, let's just do the closure. Let's just do the closure, because I was thinking about maybe doing the library pocket in here, but then again, I want to do that in the Traveler's Notebook, so we might not do that. And this is really chunky, like I said, really, really chunky. So you don't have to put all of the stuff in here that I did, okay? Keep that in mind. I tried to show you as much as I possibly can the different ways that you can use these templates. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to do them all in one album. But now that you know how to use some of these pieces, you can go and you can edit your next creation that you make. You can be like, okay, I want this kind of pocket, but I don't want this kind of pocket. Do you know what I'm saying? You'll know what you want to put in your notebooks. So I think we'll start with the closure. Oh, one more thing. For the medium Wanderlust, this was the paper pack that I was thinking about using. This is the Primrose die cut with the view. This one has seen better days. But I haven't opened this one up. But I have several of these, and the first time I got it, I think it was probably 2 years ago, maybe even more. But this is the paper collection that I used to make this one here. This was the first one when I was trying to work out what I wanted, what I didn't want in my templates. This was one of the first ones that I made, and I really like it. And you can still, the paper's still available at Michael's. I'm pretty sure it was Michael's. So I had asked you guys what you wanted to use next. And I know a lot of you said you would love to use this. A lot of you said you can't get it in your country. I understand that. And a lot of you said just use your stash. Well, that's what I think we're going to do. I'm going to use this, but I'm going to encourage you guys to use whatever you have in your stash and make it right along with me. For some of you, that might be a little scary, but if you just follow the steps and you just pick out whatever paper you want to use, and then follow the steps, and you can make it right along with me, and it's just the same as if you were using the same paper line that I'm using. I thought about using another digital collection, but honestly, the time is too short for me to search around for a digital paper to use. So we're just going to use what we have. So this is what I'm going to use. And then again, I may supplement some other papers that I have in my stash as we're working. See, those are white on the back side, which I'm excited about, because then we can print you know, like the shades of color, or we can use the background designs from the templates. We can print that on the back. I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah, so this is what I think we're going to use for the medium. And if all goes well, we might be able to start it this week. I'm hoping. So keep your fingers crossed. Okay, so do let me know what you think about this. I know some of you aren't going to be happy. Some of you are going to be thrilled. I do my best to try to accommodate everybody. But this is what I think I'm going to use. That could change, I guess, obviously. But this is kind of what I've got my heart set on, because I really enjoy the feel and the colors and all of that in this paper collection. It's really pretty, and I like it a lot. So, moving on. All right, now that we've got all that out of the way, I did want to tell you that the templates, the link to the templates will be in the description box below. There will be a video playlist for this whole album from beginning to end, along with the introduction of these templates. There'll be a link to that in the description box below. There will also be links to the products that I use in the description box below, if I can find them, if they're available. I have been, like, I went through, these are all the pieces that are left over from what we've done so far. I've already added some of them in here. Some of the things I'm not going to use, I'm probably just going to, like this one for example, I'll probably just put it in my workbook. There's also a link to how I made my workbook, not this exact one, but a link to how I make workbooks just like this. There'll be that down below. But for example, I'm not going to put all this away because like these little pockets here, they will fit the pages of your traveler's notebook inserts. So don't throw all of your little mini pockets away. So I'm going to keep these close by, even though they're too big to like stick in this book, you know, for future use. So this is what I have left, right? Just little scraps and things, which is great. I'm going to go through and edit this down and maybe stick some in here and put stuff in the workbook. But one of the things I found that we used part of is we've used page number 9 in the large, which is actually the top loading insert part 1, or I'm sorry, part 2, part 3, and then the gift card sleeve. All 3 sizes have this gift card sleeve in it. So this was left. So I've already trimmed it out because it was just kind of roughly cut. So that's on page 9, but we'd already used other pieces in this on that page. So this was what was left. So I thought about using this on the cover and trying to keep it simple, because here's one of the covers we're going to be doing soon, right? Here's one of the covers we're going to be doing soon. Whoops. So I'm trying to keep it kind of simple. So I've kind of been racking my brain because I want all of them to be different. I don't want everything to look the same every time we make an album. I mean, you know what I mean? So I want to use this gift card sleeve, and I'm going to use some seam binding. So I was looking in my seam binding, and none of my colors that I have currently really kind of match my cover. Everything was kind of clashing with it. I mean, quite honestly, everything was just like, it was just weird. It was clashing. So I decided to grab some of the, it's just white Hug Snug seam binding. It doesn't have to be a specific white, it's just white. And the first thing I did was I took my Distress Oxide, this walnut stain, and I crinkled it up and I added it to it, and it's doing the same thing. It's clashing, right? And I don't really particularly like that. So where's my other piece that I had? I had another like sample that I did. Where'd it go? Is this it? Oh, and this is white seam binding, where I just took the thing here and I just went like that. And this one goes way better. So I'm going to be doing that. I got white Hug Snug seam binding that I've already crinkled. So this is what I've got. See how it's already crinkled? So normally it looks like this, where it's nice and flat. Right, so it's nice and flat there. So when you crinkle it, it gets to look like that. And basically, you're just taking water and you're scrunching it up. And you're letting it dry that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my Distress Oxide Walnut stain here and my little dauber, or no, this isn't a dauber, what is this? Blending tool. And I'm just going to go like this. Matter of fact, why don't I do it like this? And I'm going to make several passes on this. And I'm going to try not to get it wet because it changed into like a weird yellow color. I just kind of wanted to look old. And then I thought about doing a coffee stain, but I think that will be a little too yellow for me too. So this is pretty simple. I won't need all of this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Okay, so let me do it again. Okay. So there's one thing I'm going to use. That's just a little craft mat, by the way. So it's going to wrap around here. And then I found these. These are, what are these called? Timepieces. These are Tim Holtz Ideology. I have absolutely no idea if these are still available. I have no idea. But they were in my stash. Oh, these are from, originally from 8 years ago. But I will look to see if I can't link them. But I'm going to use one of these timepieces here. I'm going to use this one up here. So it's not the smallest one, but it's not the biggest one. So I'm going to use the medium one. And I'm going to use that. And so I'm thinking about doing something like this. Having this, having this, having that. Just something simple like that. Something for a little bit of interest without being too bulky. Well, I just don't want it to be too bulky, but I want it to have some kind of interest. So I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together. I'm just going to use a regular old art glitter glue to shut this, because I've already, you know, cut this out, and I've already scored all the way around on the lines. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this together, because it's not going to be moving. It's not going to be a moving piece. There's going to be an insert that comes in and out, which I guess I should go ahead and get that as well. Whoops, glued it down. So back here in this envelope, we have the little tab dividers, and in one of the little tab dividers is all of these are gift card. I didn't do a very good job of smooshing. Let me ink those edges real quick. All of the gift card sized tags. So I was thinking about using this one. I guess I could use more than one, really, if I really wanted to, but I don't think I want to. So I think I'm just going to use one, and then I could write on here all the significant information that I think I need to remember, or when I started this journey with this Wanderlust mini album. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Plus, I like a little bit of interactive stuff on my cover, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this back up in here. And I am going to go ahead and ink the back of this just a little so it's not so white. I just think this will be simple, but look really cute and be functional all at the same time. So I'm pretty excited about that. The only thing I haven't put in my book here are whole reinforcements. So let me see what I got over here. Got some random ones sitting out. I've got brown, purple. I think I'm going to go with the purple. If I can find a purple that doesn't clash with the purples on there. Purple. Purple. There we go. Just going to use this one. You can't hardly see it, but that's okay. Where's my little hole punch? Is this it? This one that a subscriber gave to me at Made a Con. And then I'm going to flip this over and do purple again. Let's do this one. Just because I like purple. Okay. So I am going to take a piece of this seam binding and put it in as a pool. And then I can cut that down later if I want to. So it's going to go in like that. So it'll be here. So now I need to decide, where do I want. I almost feel like I need to knock this down a little bit. Do you guys feel like it needs a little bit of something? Let's see, it's almost like too, I know what I could do. This might seem a little strange, but I am going to try, I'm going to attempt to feed my seam binding through that hole right there. And I'm just going to get something pokey just to kind of shove it through. Aha. Right. So now I've got it through that hole there. See, I think that's cute. So then we can attach it down like this. Right, let me see what it looks like. How's that look? Do we like? Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use my Fabri-Tac this time. This is a Fabri-Tac. This is a Fabri-Tac by Beacon, and it's thicker glue, so I'm going to go ahead and just attach this down under there. It'll also give me some time to wiggle, so if I don't like where I've put it, I've got more time. And I'm also going to put some behind here. I think I'm just going to go on one side. I'm not sure. And I'm going to try to get it where it's right side, where it's, you know, like a normal clock would be, not crooked or anything. But can't promise nothing on that one. So then, obviously we've got way too much seam binding. That's okay. What do we think? I think we're scooted over too far. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to let this dry. Okay, I think it's dry enough. But it's good and flat, right? There's not a whole lot of dimension there, so it'll be nice and easy to throw in your purse, or did I not ink that all the way? Or to put it on your bookshelf. It'll be nice and smooth, and it won't get caught up on anything. I did make a bow, a cute little bow here on the side, and I did trim the seam binding down, so I've got this extra. But I think it turned out super cute. I really like it. So I'm going to put the seam binding, this extra seam binding that I have, what did I do with it? I'm going to put it, I'm going to grab one of these little pieces that we made when we made our washi tape thing. What did we call it? The washi tape holder, something like that. So I'm just going to take this, this is one of the smaller ones, I'm just going to wrap it around like this. Right? And then I'm just going to tuck it under there, and then I'm going to stick this back in my wallet here, my embellishment wallet. Where do I want to put it? Maybe, well, I guess I'll put it here. I just don't want it to get hung up on other stuff. Maybe I'll stick this over here. No, I don't want that there. Those little washi pieces, they're sliding all over the place. Well, those won't stay there. I'll put them in here. Just like that. Okay, so I've got that stored, and then I'll just stick this in here. So now I've got the extra seam binding, so when I want to do a tag or something, I've got that in there, good to go. By the way, putting the magnet on the outside sure did help with the situation that I was having. You could, if you wanted to, you could wrap the seam binding around here instead of washi. It's totally fine, but now I've got extra seam binding in there, and I literally just tied a bow. This is my favorite way to do a closure for one of these. I didn't tie that one very tight, but Like the small one that we're going to do, it's going to have the typical elastic closure. And, well, I'm not going to show you the rest, but I just wanted to show you there's different ways to close them. What do you think? So while I was sitting there, while I was sitting there waiting for this to dry, I was thinking about the medium Wanderlust, right? But I was also thinking about, this is the size, this is my prototype. I was also thinking about, see, large, medium. I was thinking about, I'm going to be starting this one, but I also want to make a notebook. Not a notebook. Like a writing journal, sort of. I don't know how else to say it. But I think I'm gonna make a really quick project this week with the medium, and then next week we'll start on the full-blown Wanderlust hybrid template album thingy, which I still haven't come up with a proper name. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. We'll see. That's my thoughts. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll make a quick project. It won't be a step-by-step type tutorial, but I think you guys will enjoy it. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope yours turned out just as fun and fantastic as mine. You may need to edit down a little bit. I think I'm going to edit down a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to take out, but I am going to take some stuff out because I really want it to be functional. I want to be able to put my pictures in here and my ephemera in here and all the different little things that I keep. I want it to be able to be stored in here until I'm ready to put them in the Traveler's Notebook inserts. Let me know what you think about how this one turned out. We are still going to be doing some journal with me's in this album with the Traveler's Notebook inserts. We're still going to be doing that, and we're going to be started on the medium Wanderlust, either, well, I guess at the end of this week or next week. So do let me know what you think, you guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, go ahead and hit this button right there and hit the little bell icon so you can be notified. And here is a link to my Etsy shop if you want to check out the templates or the digital paper. And then there should be some other videos up here on the screen that you may enjoy watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.